guys, so today you join me from the driver's seat of a 2000 Subaru Impreza Type R version 6. After my previous encounter with a P1, the same sort of body style as this Type R, the Type R is one of those cars I wanted to tick off my list as a car that I've driven and experienced. It was imported by SVA Imports, and I must admit this is one of the best Type Rs I've ever laid my eyes on. This one is completely standard, bar a Ninja back box. What a great car to jump in, a completely standard one, to see what Subaru had to offer in the 2000s with this import Type R. So my first impressions when jumping in this car. Now, the first thing I really notice is the size of the car. When you jump into any other Subaru Impreza, you notice the rear seats, there's a little bit more legroom in the back, but in this, you get a sense that it's a smaller car, because it is a smaller car. You can definitely feel that from the driver's seat. Makes it feel more nimble, in my opinion. Now, the 280 brake horsepower from factory is still very, very strong in this Type R. It just boosts unbelievably all the way through the rev, from around 2,500 RPM right round to 8. The boost is constant and it throws you in the back of the seat. I love these two-door Imprezas because you get a feeling that it's something a little bit special. You get the sensation just by driving it normally, you don't have to go that fast in it, that it's a really, really different car to the four-door. It just feels more nimble, so as you sort of tip it into a corner, you can feel the back end is literally right behind you. Now, this car has been undersealed, it has had every single little bit, money no object, to keep it on the road and keep it a pristine classic. Because I think that's what this is at the moment. Although it is a Subaru classic, the classic shape, I think these are becoming a classic car now, and realistically, to find a fresh one, a nice one, in the coming years, it's going to be harder and harder to find. So we have a fantastic little B-road to go down. I cannot wait to experience what this 280 brake horsepower feels like in this Type R. Now, this one obviously being before the P1 means the P1 was based off this car. So we found our dream B road. Let's go and see what this Type R is made of, shall we? Oh my god! So guys, let's have a quick look round this Subaru Impreza Type R. Now, this car was imported in 2006 by SVA Imports. They did a fantastic job of finding this beautiful looking pure white Type R, pure white being the paint job that came on this car. It has the 16-inch gold alloy wheels as standard. Looks very contrasting. I love the look of a gold wheels on a Subaru. I think it's the right colour choice to put on one of these. Coming down the front, you have the classic front bumper and headlights and bonnet with these scoops just up there with a couple of vents in there as well. Looks very aggressive from the front, this. I really, really like the looks of how they look. The fog light covers just looks fantastic. The side profile for me though is probably the best part, because you get to notice how different this car is in comparison to all the other Subaru Imprezas you will find on the road. You notice the fact that this part of the car is a completely different shape to any other. You get the front doors, don't get me wrong, but you don't have any rear doors, so the proportions are completely different on this car. And as you sort of come around the back to that fantastic looking spoiler, you really get to notice the difference in this car. Looks really, really good. I love the looks of this car. So this one is sort of what kicked off the P1 for the UK market. This was the reason why it came to the UK, because so many of these were being grey imported at the time. So jumping inside the car, you have these STI bucket seats, very classic looking. In this classic Subaru, you have the Momo steering wheel just there. You have STI pedals just down there, and of course, this being a two-door, you have to flip the seat forward to get in the back. But I love that. I love the two-door looks. The fact that you have to pull the seat forward sort of makes it for me in this car. So a couple of differences between this and the P1. Now, from Japan, this car came with twin pot rear brakes. It had DCCD, or driver controlled central differential, but because of the DCCD, they call it, it doesn't have ABS, which scares me a little bit. So a little second gear pull for us around 3,000 RPM. Into third. Oh my God. The power is the bit that I can't quite get over with this car. Although it's a standard car, bar, you know, a Ninja bat box, it's ridiculously quick. The gear ratio is so tight and small in comparison to the P1. This is a completely different car. Although it's, you know, the same shape, it's got the same feel going through corners. I think you get the sense that it's a smaller car. The four-wheel drive feels like it's right behind you, the rear wheels turning with your front wheels. It feels small, tight and fast. It feels really, really fast because you're in more of a confined space. You've got more of, you know, the four-wheel drive system closer together. Yeah, it's a completely different experience. It really is, from the P1 and from any other Subaru that I've tested. It's mad as a standard car. You've got to remember that this is fresh. It's not been molested. It's just a nice, decent imported Subaru Impreza Type R, and it offers what it offered back in 2000 as a standard car. It offers the great space, the fantastic looks of the two-door. I am smitten by a two-door Subaru Impreza at the moment. And you get the drive of nothing I've ever experienced. It drives like nothing else. The turbocharged engine, the four-wheel drive system, the two-door, more compact feel to the car. Absolutely exquisite. I absolutely love it.